Hi folks, this is Nathan again with the eBookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to give a quick comparison between the Kobo Aura here on the left and the Nook GlowLight here on the right. So let's go ahead and compare the screens. First off, they both have the same 758 by 1024 resolution ink pearl screen, but as you can notice, the front lights are very different. The Nook is a lot whiter. The Kobo Aura is a lot more yellow in tone, especially the upper half of the Kobo Aura screen. It's even more yellow than the lower half. The lower half's kind of off yellow and the upper is more bright yellow. So the Nook, it has a little bit of yellow too down here at the bottom. The reason that it's probably at the bottom on the Nook is they have their front lights at the top. The Kobo's I think has them at the bottom. So a little bit of yellowing down here and just a little bit of shadowing up here. The Kobo doesn't really have a whole lot of shadowing really. You can see maybe just a hair of it at the bottom, but more of just a yellowing of the screen. So I mean, this is the only Kobo Aura I've seen, so this is the only thing I can go off of. Maybe some of the other Kobo Auras have a wider screen. I don't know. I can only go off of what I see, and this is what I see. So by these two comparisons, I definitely think the Nook's front light's a lot better just for the coloration. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the yellow of the screen on the Kobo, but it just, once you have it compared to a wider screen, I kind of prefer the wider personally, but I mean, it's just sort of personal preference here. So as far as the font I got loaded on here, is sort of a comparable font between these two guys. It's both Malabar, and I tried getting the same sort of size so that the font looks about the same on both devices. So they both have the partial refresh, the new Regal waveform technology where it does a refresh. The Nook will never do a full page refresh while you're reading. It does it like in the menus and the home screen, but the Kobo, it will only do it at the start of a chapter. You can go in the settings and change it on the Kobo though. On the Nook, you're stuck with what you got. So as far as the font goes, like I said, they're very comparable with these two fonts going on here. The Kobo has a lot more settings as far as fonts go. The Nook has the 6 font types, and you've got 7 font sizes. We've got 3 line spacing and 3 margin settings, whereas the Kobo, you've got a whole bunch more settings as far as margins and spacings. I mean, there's probably like 10 different levels here. You just keep hitting the arrow and it takes it to a new margins. So the Kobo also has the justification options, and then it also has the advanced font setting. So if you want to make fonts, say you want to make them bolder, you can go ahead and increase the weight of the font. So then now let's go ahead and compare these two. So it's probably going to look definitely bolder on the Kobo. There's definitely a downside with doing that though. It makes the font appear like sort of fuzzy, like you're looking at it through glass or something. It's definitely a lot clearer on the Nook screen. Even on their base settings without the boldness set on this one, for whatever reason, maybe it's the capacitive screen, I'm not 100% sure. Whatever, when you're looking at it as close as I am, the two devices side by side, for whatever reason, the Nook just seems to have a little bit clearer screen, a little bit clearer fonts. I don't know if this has the capacitive screen on the Nook, which has its, or on the Kobo, which has its advantages for pinch zooming. You can also use it to adjust the front light just by going up and down. Isn't that pretty cool? It's only e-reader I know that can do that. Like tablet apps, that's pretty common, but for e-readers, that's the only device I know that does that. So main difference with the Kobo here is the screen is all on one plane. So it doesn't have the indented screen, it has that capacitive screen. So it's a really cool design. I really like the design on this. I'm a little disappointed with the screen on the Aura. I wish it had the screen more comparable to the Nooks as far as the lighting goes, with the whiteness instead of yellow. But as far as the design goes, this is the best designed ebook reader I've ever seen. It's super thin, it's really classy, it's got like this little bit of a texture on the back. It's not like the rubbery textures like it used to be. It's just a lot nicer. This is definitely my favorite designed e-reader. I just wish the screen, like I said, was a little bit better. We've got the micro SD card slot down there, got the light for the button on top, so it's got sort of a little bit angled sides. It's a really cool device. The Nook is really comfortable to hold as well. It's not nearly as small and thin as the Aura. As you can see, it's just a lot taller right there. It's got the bigger bezel around the edges. The Nook, you turn the light on and off by holding the N button. So it has the power button here on the left. And then it just smooth on the back. It doesn't have the indentation like the old Nooks used to. So as far as reading features go, I mean, they both support EPUB. The Kobo has a lot more features going for it than the Nook. You've got the estimated reading speed down here. It tells you how long you got, estimates how long you got left in the chapter and the book. Like I said, we got more font options on the Kobo, and we've also got some more options, like you got the translations dictionary. We've got some different options here in reading settings where you can customize the tap zones, and you can also turn the page numbers on and off. You can refresh. Like I said, it's set at every chapter, but you can also set it for 1 page, 5 pages, or 10 pages as far as the page refresh goes. So the Nook is just a little bit more basic. They don't give you any options for stuff like that. We've got the table of contents. We've got search, we've got notes and highlights, we've got bookmarks. You know, you got all the usual reading features that you need to read, but it just doesn't have some of the advanced stuff that the Kobo does, so you get a little bit more features as far as the Kobos go. Another advantage with Kobo is they have some additional features here. So like if you go in the settings menu, you can go into the beta features section here. Pockets, another thing that Kobo recently added. So if you have, like, you use Pocket, you can clip articles online, like from your web browser, and then send them to the Kobo to read on your ink e-reader. So the Nook doesn't have any kind of thing like that because it doesn't have a web browser. The Wi-Fi is only used for connecting to Barnes & Noble store. So this is another advantage with the Kobo, is you got the web browser. You can download books with the web browser from like free ebook websites if you want. And it also has some games on there and Sketchpad stuff. So the Nook, it's just made for reading. It doesn't have any of that extra stuff. I mean, there is a secret way to access a web browser on the Nook, but it does not work very well, and you cannot download anything with it. So as far as that goes, I mean, the Kobo definitely has the edge as far as that goes. So on the home screen, the Kobo has a cooler home screen just for the fact that they have more stuff going on. On the Nook, we hit the N button, go to the home screen. We got this, half of the home screen is taken up by this recommended reading section, which is kind of annoying. So the Kobo, it doesn't have that. So you just got these tiles on here that shows your recent content. They can get kind of annoying sometimes too, so it just sort of depends on what you're looking for exactly. They both have similar options in the library view. You can segregate the titles by like books and newsstand, and you can create different shelves, and the same goes with the Kobo. I mean, you can create shelves. You got the different sorting options right up here. We can go sort by magazines and news and stuff like that. So as far as this review goes, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up right here. Check out the ebookreader.com. I'll have some additional information once I get the written review posted for these two, comparing these two devices. So check that out, and thank you for watching.